Hello beautiful souls, this is Nikita Bhargav. Welcome to my channel, the Red Cord Twinflame Central. I hope you are benefiting from my videos and the tips or the brief things that I share. I will soon be getting back into the storytelling, but I'm just using this opportunity to answer a few questions, and this is part 3 of the Q&A. And I hope you will like, share, subscribe and comment, and also please check the description boxes because that's where I usually leave a link to a video that is similar or previous or following to just make your life a little easier. So today ideally I would like to cover 4 to 5 questions, and I'm back in my original spot, but I'm still recording using holding it from with my hands. So yesterday I left off covering a few questions regarding what does death have to do at times, what role does it play in the lives of twin flames. I talked about what are trigger moments. I talked about why certain ratios are not yet in union, and a lot more that was covered very briefly. And if there is any question that will benefit a lot of them, please do feel free to leave it in the comment, or if there's something I have covered which you would like a bit more clarity about, I would love to then, once I have finished the 3 stories that I intend to do this month, I will, in the middle I'll somewhere definitely make a video for the questions. So without wasting more time, let's get on with today's first question. Is one of the things that is happening is and it's nobody's fault, please don't look at this or get defensive or something like that. It's very natural pardon me, because we all have not only been born into, raised and so far lived in the third dimension, but also genetic coding has passed down certain way of living, of our expectations about relationships, what it should culminate into, what a marriage should look like, what love should look like, which a lot of times is very, very dysfunctional. It is based purely on fear and feeling incapable of taking care of certain needs of yours. Okay, so when we get into a connection with our twin flame, we automatically jump to certain conclusions that this is how we'd like it to develop, this is the kind of shape I'd like to give this relationship, what an equation, because there's deep love between the twins. There is very powerful intimacy, there's a sacred connection, there is a familiarity. You know this person from somewhere in the past, and not to be confused with soulmate. Once you have experienced twin flame, you will never confuse it with a soulmate relationship, you just won't. So the thing that I'm trying to say is, one of the lessons for the twins and those who are thinking, reunion, one, you have to take away the focus from the reunion into that you get back in connection and start building the foundation. Though at a heart level and at the soul level you know each other, still you've had different experiences, there are different challenges you might have overcome. In some things you're polar opposites, so you need to come to a place of harmony and understanding with each other. So first you need to build that foundation and not just focus entirely on romance. See, I am one of those whose template is to bring back romance, all right, to bring back uh, the feeling of deep love and the romantic gestures and the sweet words, and obviously very meaningful and very honest. But my one of my templates is that to remind people to not get all serious. I will be talking about why humor is so important, for especially for twin flames. So I will be talking about that right after this question. We have to not try to take a higher dimensional, a sacred divine partnership and pull it down to 3D level and try and fit it into an existing pattern, type, box, paradigm of a relationship of how you have always seen it, or romance novels or romance movies have put into your head. It may come to you, it may not come to you, but again, I think I have spoken about this before, but it could be with a class of mine and maybe not on a video. But we are here as twin flames. We are here to if you're carrying any deep prejudices or belief systems or something that you're totally against, and you've been given chance to overcome it. For example, if you're prejudiced against homosexuals, or if you were judgmental about someone who would commit adultery, or you were unforgiving towards someone who would love someone from a religion that is supposed to be the enemy of your religion or something like that, then the final frontier is twin flames. And there, the very thing that you have not been able to learn and open your heart and mind to with compassion and empathy and acceptance becomes your biggest challenge. Your twin flame comes in that very form. Okay, so if for example you were very against homosexuals, you might find yourself that you're twin and you belong to the same gender, because the love is so intense, it leaves very little space for you to not then accept, and then that becomes your triggers, and you go through, you have to then get over, and you see what I'm trying to say, you get over a lot of things, come to understanding the other perspective. So we are not here to pull down a higher dimensional, a higher vibrational equation and try and fit it into a mold of a 3D relationship. It might come to you, it might not come to you, again depending on what this template or script that has been written for you by your higher self, etc. But a lot of people get stuck. They want a certain thing, and when it doesn't work out, they get very disappointed, and then they start questioning the whole journey perhaps. So avoid doing that. And we are not trying to pull our higher vibration relationship into the lower and denser 3D world. We are lifting ourselves by clearing all our past karmas, past grievances, past wounds, past fears, everything. We are overcoming, we are mastering them, so that we are going to go to the next level and create over there a new world with this divine partnership. We as divine partners are conduits of divine energy. We are portals, we are mini portals of divine love and compassion, and then we each carry certain light codes or things that we are here to teach others, things that we have mastered. Okay, so like for me it is romance somewhere, that people have become so practical, and so they have just forgotten the art of writing notes or making gestures or surprising each other, except for when they are dating initially or wooing. They just have forgotten what it is to have faith on each other and to communicate and to be in love, so be it through poetry or songs or whatever. So I try to bring a little bit of that and cheer and lightheartedness into a very serious and sometimes exhausting, very exasperating, tedious, long journey, because it's happening layer after layer after layer being peeled off and healed. So it is taking a little while for a lot of people, and they're losing patience because they thought it was that, you met, you dated, you fell in love, and now it should take the form of a relationship. But without sacrifice, such a grand divine partnership is not going to happen. And for each person, the sacrifice is different, but somewhere it entails leaving of your old life, leaving for temporarily perhaps, moving away from toxic people, toxic relationships. Sometimes your jobs or your cities or your countries are changed, so that's a drastic change. Somewhere is the taking out the leap of faith, trusting in the gods and in the divine, that this is not happening just like that. We were not brought together just for the heck of it, right? And universe is not silly. It doesn't do a lot of things just for the heck of it. There is a grand purpose. There is a reason why this is happening, and why it's happening collectively in the twin flame community, right? So some are a little ahead, some are a little behind, but pretty much we are all following pretty much the same template, right? Some are with karmic, some are in another, but the same pretty much the same issues are coming up. We are feeling the same things. We are purging, we are healing, and we need to support each other and share our love. If we cannot love our people around us, how are we going to love our twin, in the kind of in-depth and honest true love that we are supposed to share with our divine partner? So I hope I made myself clear vis-a-vis this, why we are not here to fit into the 3D expectation of relationships, but rather let it play out. Focus more on the laying of the foundation and strengthening that with your twin flame. And for that, communication and honesty and transparency is very important, because even though the actual play out and the actual outcome might take a little longer, though it won't be much too long from now, but it's not going to happen altogether for all the twins. And if you can hear the music in the background, there is a bridal party. Oh. So it is going to happen, and it's going to happen in waves and phases, right? So the divine masculine is going through his own challenges. He's mastering a lot of things on the physical dimension, and he's becoming the king and the warrior that he is, and where he has not been sure of his self-worth, or whether he even deserves the love of the divine feminine, or where he thought it was too much change happening, or there's too much, I don't get this. They are going through their own inner journeys, and the feminines are doing their own inner journeys. So keep the faith and allow the unfolding to happen. I cannot pause this video, so I hope you guys can still hear me over this din. But it's a good sign, right? So we all love signs. Okay, so Now, a question, and this is something that pertains to even your soulmates, your karmic partners, how to recognize that you are still attached, even from your twin flame. You have to get into a sense of detachment, after the bubble phase and after the triggers. That's what you are working towards, complete detachment. So how do you recognize that you are still attached to someone, or you are with your karmic partner because of an attachment, which is a false reason to be with someone, is to when their behavior, when they're doing or not doing something, okay, controls your moods, your reactions, or you are looking for approval, you are looking for acceptance. If you are there because they are mothering you or fathering you or providing something which you cannot provide for yourself. One is you're capable, and for whatever reason there's a give and take, a mutual understanding, a conscious partnership perhaps. That is different from being codependent on each other. So when there is attachment, that's when imagine that plug. If that person walks away, you feel severe pain because you do not know what you were taking and giving from that cord, that of attachment with that person. So that is why a lot of the masculines are finding it very hard to leave their karmic partners, because they're in such deep attachment and they're entrenched, they're kind of enmeshed, and so they're probably working one layer at a time. And it is the deep sadness, the deep sense of isolation and loneliness, which is making them very aware that even though I'm not being able to leave this person, my heart is not here. I'm not really happy here with this person, and my heart and my soul is telling me to do something else and to be with my divine feminine. And some of the divine feminines are also feeling like that. And I'm not talking specifically gender, right? I'm not going to clarify that. I think everyone knows that by now. Okay, so quickly, because I am already at 17 minutes, and the sense of humor is very crucial for twin flame path. If you cannot see the sense of humor, okay, like the other day when I was talking to a group that I am how should I say, I have started a community on WhatsApp, and I'm assisting certain twins, and there's several platforms, but this is one of them. So I was talking to a couple of the divine feminines, and at that time they had bought in the divine masculines, and I kind of had explained what this journey was. And so then I was talking to them, and I said, I can just see in my head how reading what this journey is and what this entails. All the masculines are kind of bashing and dashing into each other in the rush to leave and say, I don't want to be a part of this, okay. And it was just a very funny sight, because that, oh my god, when did I sign up for this, and give up my whole life? In what way? Because there's not one set pattern for everyone, right? So it was really funny. And for example, when I was saying to another client of mine, and I said, we are angelic beings, and we are being reminded of that. We are going through so much inner work, so that we embody everything that you understand when you think of an angel, be it patience, be it compassion, be it love, be it empathy. So you don't just wear loosely a garb of being an angel and say, I'm an angelic being, but you beg for, give me love, give me attention, give me time. You can't be an angel and behave like a beggar, and so while you're talking about, find the humor, detach yourself, go into a little different level and start seeing your situation. You'll start finding the humor. Laugh about it with, if you have a couple of friends who are on the same path, or who are, in your group, in your support group, just laugh and find the humor, because it's already a very heavy and exhausting kind of a journey at times. And when you are not sure what's happening, are you ever going to hear from them again, are they going to make the move or not? Yes, the energies are supporting it, yes, all the signs and synchronicities and all the readers and all the teachers and coaches are saying this is the time, and it's for the masculine to make the gesture, and they should now make the move and get out of their heads. Are they going to listen? Are they even watching any videos? Are they even listening? Are they going to listen to the intuition? And so it becomes a little heavy, and you cannot obsess about it. If the thought comes to you, allow it, think and give it its due importance, but then distract yourself in the sense of get busy doing what you are doing, and take care of yourself at every level and every aspect of your life. You're here to become that angelic being, that 5D being. You are here to become your higher self, right? And not look upward, or become merge with your your higher self, your 5D self. You're supposed to become that here. So keep working on that, but keep a sense of humor, find the joy, listen to corny silly songs, and share the joy and happiness with everyone around you. Though there are a couple of more questions left, but I'm going to sign off now. I don't know when I'll be able to upload this video, because my network has been acting up since past 2 days. I leave you all with a lot of love and light, and please do subscribe. Please do subscribe and support my channel. If you have friends who would benefit, please share it with them and in your communities and groups. And I would love to hear from all of you. To check the description boxes after each of my video to find further links. I love you all. This is Nikita Bhargav.